Hello. Guess where I am? Is it that obvious? Yes. I'm in the camper van. All is good with the world at the moment, so that's good. So I'm very excited. It's my first. I took her out for a little drive yesterday. I was going to do this video last night. She didn't arrive until about 9 o'clock in the evening. Hope you can hear me. And the reason she didn't arrive till 9 is that he had to bring her from, I can't remember where it was. It was over in Kent somewhere, and he had to bring her over, or over to me in Hertfordshire. And of course, he used the car park that we know as the M25, and he got stuck in it, and he was stuck in it for probably getting on for 3 hours, something like that, maybe a little bit more. When you think it's only sort of 58, 60 miles, and it's that length of time for him to, well, be stuck on the motorway. He was okay before he got it and after he got off of it, but that's an awful long time. So yes. Anyway, she's here now. He says that he's fixed the problem. I'm not going to speak too soon. I don't want to chance my luck or tempt fate, as it were. But yeah, she seems she's yeah, good. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. She's quite a lot of fun to drive, actually. She's got 6 gears, which I quite like. I think that means that, not that I'm an expert on vans or driving, put my hands up to that, but I think that it means that it gives her more power when she sort of goes uphill. So that's good. There are no, I'm not going to say it. I'm tempted to say something, but I'm just not going to say it. But what I'll do, when I pull over, I'll give you a van tour. I'll do a little circuit of the van, and you can see her in all her glory then. So that's good. So this is really good. Fantastic. So I will speak to you guys soon. Right, it just filled up at the petrol station. So she's got a full tank now, so that's good. So then I'll be able to work out what the mileage in her is. He says 40 miles per gallon, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, go for a little drive, and then I'll give you a little guided tour of the camper van. Right, it's a bit blowy here, guys, but obviously, obviously, I keep saying obviously, don't I? But that's the front of her, obviously. So there she is. She's quite a long vehicle. She's a long wheelbase, and what I'll do, I'll take it inside. Look, I've got my coffee there already. Look, I've made myself at home. I have. So there's the seating. So you've got corner seating there. And as we go up and into the van, you can see she's got her double bed there. I wasn't too sure about it to begin with, but I spoke to Damon, and after speaking to Damon, I feel happier. And you're looking at her now. Yeah, I'm quite comfortable and happy with the fact that she's got that. She's also got your Smith sink and cooker, double ring cooker, so that's good. And here, this is the only thing that irks me really, and obviously she's got the roof there thing, for want of a better description. And in here you have the toilet, the porta potty, but the guy's idea, I think, was that he could turn it into a shower. But to be honest with you, A, I think that this cupboard eats up a lot of room. B, it blocks a perfectly good, useful window. Whereas if I could, if I take it out, it will create more room. And Damon from Nina the Ambulance Camper has been very kind and very good to me, and he's given me some great ideas, and he's going to help me do some bits on her that need doing. Obviously she needs little bits and bobs doing, so he's been very kind. He's a top man, he's a star and a gentleman, he really is, and a good friend. And there's the front of her really, obviously. There's the cockpit, as it were, or the cab, and up here cabinet, a little cupboard. But as you can see, she doesn't really have an awful lot of storage inside the cabin. There isn't a lot inside the cabin, you know. She does have under here, she has, there's the gas bottle there, she's got that, and there's quite a bit of room under there, which is good. The sink's not connected up yet, but it will be at some point. Once again, Damon's coming to the rescue. He's been a big help and a really good friend, and I appreciate it. Thank you, mate. So yeah, that's the inside of her. That's about it really. Going out into the countryside, you can hear a road behind me. It's the A10, but still tucked out of the way a little bit. So I'm going to sit down and have my coffee and have a chat. Right. Oh, I feel at home. I'm very comfortable in here. Now I know what Austin means when he says, or when he says, I really like it in here, and when he's talking about obviously his own camper van. I can see what he means. It's like a little sanctuary. It's really cosy and lovely, nice, away from everything else, particularly screaming kids, and which I wouldn't do that. Of course, I wouldn't do without them. But yes, it's very nice in here. It's very cosy, very comfortable, very relaxing. It's great. It was a comedy of, well, it wasn't really a comedy, but it was a few things went wrong with getting her. As you know, the problem we first had was the MAF sensor, which is I think Damon said it's mass airflow. Yes, mass airflow. I think. Don't quote me on that. I know it's airflow. I can't remember what the first letter stood for. It's mass. I don't know. So that was that. He fixed that. So she seems to be, touch wood, you know, thank the Lord, she seems to be working okay now. But I don't want to tempt fate, you know. Many a slip betwixt cup and lip, as they say. But I don't want to sound negative either, you know. So yeah. And then on the way here last night, the poor chap got stuck on the M25, and then to top it all, on his way here, while he was stuck in traffic, he got a phone call. His son, who I'd met, and he's a nice lad, got hit by a car. So he was stressed when he got to me, maximum stressed, and you know, I felt awful for him. I felt really, really sorry for him. But luckily, the boy is okay. His lad's okay. I think he suffered. I spoke to him this morning. I just sort of spoke to him in regards to his son, see how he was, and he said that it was mainly deep cuts and bruises. Apparently the bike, he was on a push bike, and the front wheel had saved him. I don't know how, but it had saved him from any real bad damage. So that's good. That's fantastic news. But yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, wish the poor lad all the best, and his poor mum and dad must be stressed to the maximum, not to mention his sisters and what have you. So anyway, yeah, so he got here last night late, and I didn't really do much. I mean, I walked around the van, had a look at it, but by the time he'd got here, and after all the emotions and commotions of the last couple of days, I just locked her up and left her there. It was really getting quite dark by that point, and where I'd parked was under a tree, so you didn't really have much light. And there isn't a lot of light in here anyway, really. There's some your standard sort of lights that you have in the back of a van, but they're okay, but you know, they need to be changed for LEDs. So yes, so that's where we are at the moment. But yeah, thank the Lord, his little boy's okay, and that's good. And yeah, so hopefully that's, you know, everything will be okay now, we can hope. So yeah, that's good. But so I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm cock-a-hoop, as I said. Do you know what? I'm starting to use a lot of these really old-fashioned sayings, and I don't know where I'm getting them from. Obviously from my childhood and from people that I grew up around, and I think it's a time to reintroduce them. And that's what I'm going to do. Cock-a-hoop. What was the other one I used to like? Gadzooks. I started using that, hoping to bring them back into the fore. I think that's quite a very, very old word. So yeah, so anyway, she's all good so far without trying to tempt fate. Please don't let me tempt fate with her. And yeah, she's good. So once again, I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing to me and looking at my videos. It's very kind of you. I'm very thankful for that. I'd also like to say a personal and a massive thank you to Damon. He's been a real help and a guidance whilst I've been buying this van. He's given me a few pointers, and without him, I don't know what would have happened with you know, he's given me a few things to look out for and that, so that's been fantastic. Thanks, Damon. You're an absolute star, mate. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so that's about it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and then I'll speak to you later. I'll give you a little bit of a tour on the outside. It's just a van basically, but I'll give you a bit of a tour on the outside. At the back of the van, I'm not sure I can get into it at the moment because there's a guy just parked behind me, but there's quite a big sort of garage area because the double bed goes up quite high, so it leaves an awful lot of room underneath it. But yeah, that's about it. Speak to you soon, guys. Take it easy. Bye now. There you go, guys. I'm back on the outside again. Right, I hope you enjoyed the little tour. Oh, by the way, I meant to say, she's actually called Kez. I was trying to think of a name for her. Do you know, I was coming up against a stone wall, and Damon noticed that her number plate looks like it spells Kestrel, which is fantastic. And he called her Kez, and yeah, so Damon's named her. So she's called Kez, and I think it's a perfectly good name. And yeah, if he'd have been waiting for me to come up with the name, it would have taken forever. So thanks, Damon. That's absolutely brilliant, mate. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye now, everybody.